What's up, everybody? If we haven't met yet, my name is Will Paxton. I've been a musician for 20 years and I've been recording my own music and the music of others for the last 10. Today, I want to start a multi-part series on production. I am going to produce a song from start to finish, blemishes and all. So I hope that you will join me. I will be producing a song called Raise Me Up. It's a bit of a rockish tune. It's fun, and I will get into more details as we produce the song out. I will tell you it's a song that I wrote several years ago as a part of a challenge, and am going to revamp it and actually release it. And let's get started. Let's dive right on in. Here we go. All right, so here we are in the DAW on the home screen, Studio One. So when I start a session, obviously we got to create a new song. I'm going to select my record mix template. I've got something set up to where I've got folders and things that I can put tracks under. I'll show you in just a minute. The song title is Raise Me Up. Okay, and then if you want to save it to a specific place, you'll do that here. I'm not going to do that for this song's sake. Song's in 4/4. We'll check 140. I'm not sure if that's going to be right. Alright, so let's hop on into the session. Here's what I mean about folders. This is very neat. You have folders for each type of instrument. So let's say I've got 20 electric guitar tracks. I'm just going to let's just add one just for kicks and giggles. Throw it in. It color codes it. So if I had 20 electric guitar tracks, they'd all be the same color. And if I didn't want to see them, I could fold them up. And then when you're in your mix window, you can let it out. You'd have 20 guitars, depending on your view. And you can also set up each bus already. So each of these is a bus. And you can set up each bus and save this as a template to where you have an EQ and a compression or whatever. And I've also got some different effects already set up. So you don't have to waste time every time setting these things up. They're already set up for you. So that is awesome. That is an awesome thing for anything. You're saving hours and hours of time. And if you're mixing someone else's song and they give you the stems, you just drag them in and then arrange them. Put all your drums in the drum bus, put all your bass in the bass bus, so on and so forth. So if you got questions, if you want me to do a video or reference a video where this is done, I can definitely do that. Just let me know in the comments below. But anyways, let's get started. All right, so we got our session set up. We're in. Raise Me Up is the song title. I know we're not going to go with 140 as the tempo. Let's just see what it sounds like. Yeah, that's way too fast. Okay, so I need to go ahead. Normally the first thing I do is I lay down a guitar track, especially if it's going to be a guitar-driven song. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to open up a guitar track. I'm in input 2, so let's change that. Here we go. Okay. And, all right, we got a track. Let's see if we got sound. All right, we got sound. Okay. And since this is guitar, the first thing you need to do, let's throw a tuner on. We are in drop B. Let's see how good we are. So I had it in drop C recently, so the strings will probably want to go sharp. This is the boring part. Next, we're going to throw an instance of Ampire. If you're not a Studio One user, Ampire is the guitar amp that comes with Studio One. I'm on an older version, so this is going to look dated to most of you. This is going to be a bit heavier, so we don't want vintage British. Let's just try one of these crunch. Let's just see what it sounds like. might be a little too crunchy. Let's see. Maybe we'll try Boutique. Ooh, that's a little... Here goes a pick. I've got another one right here. Okay. Let's try... This isn't going to be the final tone. I'm just doing a scratch track. I may actually pull out my HD 500 for the first time in ages, and we'll get a better tone than this, maybe. I'll probably fast forward through all this for you. Let's try a drive. Maybe not. Alright, we're just going to pick something and live with it. How does that sound? Great. Let's do Boutique, and I'll just change some EQ settings here. A little more treble, no bass, a little less drive maybe. Maybe some more presence. Turn this down a little bit. Alright, I can live with that. Alright, let's pick a tempo. Let's see, let's feel it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seems slower. Let's try that. 1:15. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more on the pulse here. Let's just listen to this real quick. There we go. Alright, now let's see if I can play along with it. Let's see how bad my timing is. 1, 2, ready, go. That'll work. Oh, maybe I'll speed it up just a smidge more. Let's try 123 just to be weird. One more go through. I think I like it at a tempo, so I'm gonna go through this as best as I can, asbestos. Getting some Stevie Wonder vibes from this one. This is actually a song I wrote several years ago based on a challenge. It was a drum challenge. So we were given, in a community I'm a part of, the Home Studio Corner community, we were given some tracks, some drum tracks, some like fills and verse sections and chorus sections and bridge sections. Just somebody playing drums, literally playing drums, and it was different audio tracks. And what I did, the challenge was to take those tracks and make a drum track for a song. And I have since lost the original tracks, but I still have a recording that I did several years ago. And so I wanted to get back into it and actually record it. This is going to be the remake of that. I'm going to actually program the drums, and I'll walk through that in this series. So I'm going to switch angles here real quick, and we're going to record this thing and see. Let's see how I do. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready? Yeah. All right. 2, 1, 2, ready? Nope. This is why you practice, kids. All right. Oh boy. Let's try it again. We're still recording. That's good. All right. Let's see. Let me see if I'm satisfied with that as a scratch take. Well, let's see. I think I could do one a little better. What I want to do, though, and this is something that could be a tip for you, it's a lot easier to play along to a drummer than it is to play along to just a click track, especially if you're playing just guitar. So, what I'm going to do real quick, let me do this. Where in the world? There it is. Okay. Let's throw in Easy Drummer. Let's see. Is it gonna do it? Yes. Okay. Alright. So now we have Easy Drummer. And let's do this. I'm not going to do the whole song, but I do the part that is just a smidge off is right there, where it's just that. So we'll do a kick. Where are you, kick? There you are. Let's just do it like this. Makes it easier and cleaner. 2/8. 1, a 2, a 3. So it's nope. Maybe it's like this. And spaced out evenly. That's where the timing is. Let me take my guitar off real quick. Let's mute it. Cat. So do cat. So we want it on the 4. Let's see if that works. Yeah. Okay. That is the way I want it. So we're going to record through this entire thing with my primitive drums and hopefully get it right, and then I'll do my scratch vocals. If you stuck with me this long, I applaud you. Well, gonna have to go through that again. Lo siento. 2, 1, 2, ready, go. think, let me see, there was some parts I didn't like, but timing-wise, I think we made it through. Actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, let's duplicate track, and where did I mess up? Alright, so let's go. Okay, let's just punch in and let's cut out the part where I messed up. This is another tip I could give you. Have a scratch of a scratch track. So if you want to just punch in, instead of punching in on the original track, you can punch in on a separate track and then cut it and throw it in there and do your crossfades like that. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm just going to do that part, make it right, and we'll move on. Alright, there it is. So then you can pop and a pop and throw it in there, crossfade, and you're good. Let's see. Perfect. You know what I haven't done? Save. Make a practice of saving. Don't do what I just did and not save for the first 45 minutes of your session. It's a terrible practice. All right, I think this is a decent scratch. So, I'm just going to say it is. Here's what I'm about to do. I'm going to go here. I'm going to add a scratch vocal track now. This should be a little bit quicker. Oh, man. I'm a guitar player. You can't tell, can you? All right, we're in input 1. I'm going to use this microphone for check. All right. And we're just going to leave it there. I'm going to take this guitar off. We're just going to record right here. This is a good scratch vocal spot, eh? All right, let's do this. I got my lyrics right here because I don't remember them. And this is going to be fun. Here they are. Look at that. Lyrics. All right, let's do it. Let us do this. Oh, boy. It's going to be fun. All right. You called me to the water, a ship just passing through. Now the storm. Oh, yikes! Yikers! Let's see. I do have audio. Let's do it. You called me to the water, a ship just passing through. Now the storm is raging. God, how I need you. The waves are rushing in. I see you passing by. Lord, if it's really you, call me to come to you. When I remember how you reached out in my darkest hour, I faced the storms of life within your mercy, grace, and power. You never fail me, God. When I cry out, you're always there. You tell me not to fear. You raise me up. You're standing in the boat. The storm is silenced now. Of you of little faith, why did you doubt? All right, let's see. We go into the next chorus. Here we go. And I remember how you reached out in my darkest hour. I faced the storms of life within. I need the lyrics. When I remember how you reached out in my darkest hour, I faced the storms of life within your mercy, grace, and power. You never fail me, God. When I cry out, you're always there. You tell me not to fear. You raise me up. All right. Instrumental.
When I remember how you reached out in my darkest hour, I faced the storms of life within your mercy, grace, and power. You never fail me, God. When I cry out, you're always there. You tell me not to fear, you raise me up. When I remember how you reached out in my darkest hour, I faced the storms of life within your mercy, grace, and power. You never fail me, God. When I cry out, you're always there. You tell me not to fear, you raise me up. Yeah. That's probably not going to happen. All right. So let's see what we got. See if my vocal timing is okay. Well, that is my process for recording scratch tracks. Stay tuned for the next video where I will then work on my drums. I'm going to work out my drums. I'll do it all live just like I did here. And thanks for sticking with me. If you stuck with me this far, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. See ya.